Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the LVO preview. In this video, we're going to be checking out Kill Team and Warhammer 40,000. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we got the LVO 2024 preview. We're going to take a look at Kill Team and Warhammer 40,000. So first up, Kill Team descends into a world of nightmares. The new season of Kill Team began with the Space Hulk Gallowdark having crashed into the Forge world of Beta Decima, while teams of Space Marine Scouts and Eldari Aspect Warriors battled over critical information on the planet's crumbling sea platforms. Now, two of the most terrifying forces in the galaxy pit their mastery over fear against each other in the aptly named Kill Team Nightmare. Alright, so we already saw the first half of this with the Night Lord Kill Team for Chaos, and now we are also seeing some Drukhari. So very cool, and some long-awaited models here. Really, really nice looking stuff. Definitely a big fan of these. I mean, we can see they have done an excellent job with the Mandrakes. The old Mandrake models were cool, but the new ones are plastic and just as cool, if not cooler. And then, of course, we have the upgrade frame for the Chaos Legionnaires, making them into some Night Lords. So very, very cool. So this one is going to be boxed up very similar to what we just saw with Kill Team Salvation. You're going to get two teams. One is brand new in the Mandrakes. And then, of course, the Legionaries with the upgrade frame. And then a single piece of terrain as well. And this is all going to be boxed up in the Kill Team Nightmare box. And then, of course, all these models will be usable in Warhammer 40,000 as well as the terrain. And we can assume this will be priced similar as well, around that $125 price point. Should come with our book, our cards, all that good stuff. This pack box contains two complete kill teams, the horrifying Nemesis Claw Warband of the Night Lords, as we saw at the World Championships of Warhammer, and a brand new coven of Drukhari Mandrakes. The Night Lords are transformed by new upgrade sprue, draped in flayed skin, barbed hooks, and flensed skulls. New parts bring a variety of vicious weapons favored by the sons of Conrad Kurz, including a wicked chainglaive, barbed talons, and knives dripping with paralyzing toxins. Alright, so we've got 10 Legionaries with the upgrade sprue, and that's going to give you what we see here. So here's our leader, very cool, nice little aspiring champion action. Then we have our missile launcher. We have a standard bearer, more of a traditional trooper with bolt gun. Then we see a combination of close combat weapons with little icon action on the back. And then a specialist with like some Wolverine looking claws. And then a poisoned knife here as well. And then the double-handed chainglaive and a specialist with plasma gun. So very nice. We've seen these models already. We've seen obviously that this is an upgrade frame. But it does look really nice. A bunch of cool head and helmet options as well as some cool weapons. Really, really nice looking stuff right here. Meanwhile, the Mandrakes lurk within their shadowy realm, launching into material space in a flurry of cold fury and skill that borders on the supernatural. They are wreathed in ethereal fire that burns as cold as the space between stars, and carry an assortment of hooked blades and extract maximum pain from those foes not immediately consumed by their eerie flames. So here we see the leader. It's got a real nice look to it. Cool little dagger. And then we have a double-handed blade right here. Cool fire effect going on. Really nice looking models right here. Definitely a throwback to the old Mandrakes, but a nice new spin on them. And then, of course, plastic, so that is great. Then we see one with a little bit more of like a casting effect going on. We see those hooked blades. Very cool models here. And some different poses going on here. It does look like it's going to be 10 models total, and it's going to be 5 basically bodies with some different alternatives for like the top half or like the weapons / arms. So here we see different heads on what amounts to like the same actual model. We can tell by the tactical rock, and then of course different weapons as well. Very nice. And then a couple more with the blades and the fire. Cool looking, really nice. Definitely a fan of them. Good models. Most importantly, it's just new Mandrakes that look equally as cool as the old ones, but they're plastic. So that is great. That's all you could possibly ask for. And a nice little bit of love for the Drukhari. Kill teams of Mandrakes may be enlisted by those Lords of Kemero with the resources to contact them, though ultimately these spectral killers fight for nobody but themselves. Mastery over the shadows is their specialty, as their glimmer steel blades strike with even greater power when darkness consumes their prey. Among all their kind, the Mandrake Shadow Weaver is a particularly perilous operative, as their command over the stuff of darkness is second to none. Lights gutter and fade in their presence, cloaking the battlefield in shadows so complete that the Mandrakes can bore tunnels through the fabric of reality, emerging within striking distance before flittering away like a wisp of smoke. So here we see some detail, the cool tattoos and everything, the eerie kind of like cloaking effect, and then flames. Very, very nice paint jobs as well. That's not all you'll find within the Kill Team Nightmare, as an awesome new piece of terrain adds new challenges to your Beta Decima kill zone. The Generatorium Hub is a large multi-level platform that offers protection from many different angles, covering a significant portion of the board's rough seas and sitting at convenient height to access from raised gangways. So pretty cool, nice piece of terrain right here, decent size, multiple levels. And again, we're going to be able to use this with the Beta Decima. So as we discussed earlier in some of the previous videos, it does look like they're getting rid of like the big kits that were coming out before, and then they're breaking it down into the smaller kits. So it looks like the Beta Decima kit will be like the big terrain setup for this season. And then we're going to get multiple team boxes with another piece of like added on terrain, like we saw with Salvation and now with Nightmare. So it is cool. I like the idea of this. I think previously people just felt like they were buying way too much terrain. They were spending way too much money on stuff that they weren't getting built up and playing with. It was also making it so there was issues with people being able to get a hold of the actual models they want because they were sort of gate kept with like big boxes full of terrain, and Games Workshop just wasn't able to produce enough of them. So now being able to make a lot of smaller boxes with the actual kill teams for the people that are looking for Night Lords for 40k as well as kill team, and then also Mandrakes for kill team and 40k as well. Games Workshop should be able to produce a ton more of those, and then everybody should only really need like 1 or 2 of the Beta Decima sets rather than like the 4 sets with like super redundant terrain that we were previously getting. So I do like the overall direction they've taken. Also like the cards and the book and everything, the tokens, all that good stuff, kind of a throwback to how they used to do things. Overall positive. 9 new missions make great use of the terrain, while additional rules for narrative twists throw fresh hazards in front of your kill team, from sudden ocean current and whirlpools to hypnotic waves and massive oceanic predators. We'll have more news on Kill Team Nightmare as we get closer to release, so in the meantime, head back to our Reveal Sub. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch, and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. All right, so jumping over here next for Warhammer 40k, don't get caught by the new Kroot hunting pack. The Tau Empire may be known for its advanced technology and predilection for ranged combat, but there exists a second side to the coin, their auxiliaries. These alien allies are called upon to fill gaps in Tau battle plans and lend their strength to the greater good, and none are more prominent than the Kroot. These proud aliens have been part of the Tau Empire since the first Codex launch in 2001, and they're now receiving the reinforcements they so richly deserve. So we got a little video showing off the new Kroot auxiliaries here. So starting off with some basic Kroot, we're going to get a 10-man squad of the regular Kroot, a remastery of an old kit, and then we got a couple of new characters, a little remastery of the Krootox, and then a new unit as well. And very cool, all going to be bundled up in a big box. Now, the only thing I don't like about this box is that it does have the Codex in it. So we see 20 of the Carnivores, 1 Krootox Rider, and then we see 3 new Krootox Rampagers. Very, very cool. The Kroot Flesh Shaper. We also have a Kroot War Shaper. So just 2 versions of the Shaper. And then, of course, the Codex. So nice looking box right here. Definitely a lot of new Kroot. And that's going to be the Kroot hunting pack. Thanks to last year's roadmap, we already know Codex Tau Empire is on the way soon. And it will be available first in this awesome Kroot hunting pack army set. The book comes with a fancy full art cover fit for an ethereal. But the real stars are the new Kroot miniatures, and wow, they are more than a few. So I don't love that they reused a old piece of Codex art. The actual like box art is pretty cool on the Kroot hunting pack. Kroot kindreds are guided in battle by wise gene shamans known as Shapers, and now they have a wide array of these specialized leaders to choose from, starting with the 2 in the Kroot hunting pack. Up first is the War Shaper and seasoned battlefield commander who takes responsibility for the disposition of all Kroot forces in the field. Alright, so nice looking model right here, very cool, lots of detail, and then here we see some alternative builds with the bow, the little triple blade action right there. Really cool, nice detail, nice little tactical rock. War Shapers are exemplary warriors in their own right. Their traditional equipment may look primitive, but it's extremely effective in such experienced hands. Whether the twirling melee prowess of the blade stave and prey hook, or pinpoint range power of the dart bow and tri-blade. They are accompanied by the vicious Flesh Shaper, masters of ritual butchery who take a strong personal pride in guiding the carnivorous practices of their fellow Kroot and ensuring only the finest genetic material makes it into their pack's evolutionary heritage. The bulk of the Kroot force. Alright, so again, nice looking character model right here. And then we see a little bit more detail. It doesn't look like we see many options on this one. So pretty cool, not bad. The bulk of the Kroot force is composed of warriors known as Kroot Carnivores, whose rustic equipment and savage countenance belie fearsome skill in combat and respectable level of marksmanship. They're the backbone of any hunting pack, which is why you get a whole 20 of them in the box. The new kit is packed with character and gives the carnivores several dynamic poses befitting their natural agility. While echoing the classic style, they also have a new trick to form, a tangled mob launcher, whose powerful salvos and explosives fire support to their Kroot rifle volleys. So neat here, we see a little mini Kroot dog there. Nice looking models here. I have to say, these are a little bit underwhelming. I think the Kroot Kill Team was like really cool, and those make a much better version of like just your Kroot basic troops. But maybe they're going to have their own little entry in the Codex. So 20 of these in the box set. Speaking of fire support, the iconic Kroot weapons platform returns with the glow up of the century. The Krootox is a hulking beast, a subspecies whose raw strength makes for excellent gun-toting cavalry that can carry repeater cannons and tango cannons in the thick of the fighting without compromising on mobility. These creatures, a divergent strain of the same genetic base as a regular Kroot, are treated as valued partners, and the new model is covered in ornaments, fetishes, and bangles to show off their status. So nice looking model right here. Very, very cool. Definitely a glow up for the old Krootox. Cool model in plastic. I'm really not sure how it actually fits in. It does have a couple of head options, a couple of weapon options. But to tell you the truth, in what is like an actual like Tau shooting army with plenty of shooting, this doesn't really have like a great place in the actual army now. So I'm not really sure like what it's for, especially with the new Kroot stuff. Krootox are not normally aggressive by nature despite their brawn, but a juvenile Krootox is more hot-tempered and can be roused to battle by a particularly wild rider. Herded into thundering packs of Krootx Rampagers, their raw strength is fully exploited for sudden ambushes and devastating charges, acting as line breakers and skirmish cavalry that range ahead of the wider hunting packs. Their riders pitch in by hurling javelins and swinging wicked hunting blades, giving each Rampager a total of 7 attacks in close combat. With up to 6 in each unit, they're a big pile of melee power to be charging around the battlefield. The Kroot are so back. In fact, they've even had their own dedicated detachment in the new Codex Tau Empire. The Kroot Hunting Pack allows you to deploy an all-Kroot force. Replete the thematic enhancements and stratagems, the galaxy won't know what ate 'em. So very, very nice looking models right here. A brand new unit, and obviously something geared up for combat, which is something that the Tau is lacking. And in units of 6, I'm sure these things are going to be absolutely awesome. Beautiful models. I definitely love the gorilla look to them. Very, very cool. So we see 3 different variants of them. These aren't even the only new Kroot units coming, but they have to wait to see what else is in store. Did one of the silhouettes in our sneak peek at 2024 have a very Kroot-like shape? So obviously we're missing out on like what is the new kind of Narlock looking thing, a little bit different maybe. So I have to say, very cool. Definitely a big fan of the new Kroot models, specifically this unit. I'm really not sure where the Krootox Rider fits in all this. The new Kroot warriors are a little bit underwhelming. The new Kroot characters are pretty cool, but I've got to say the thing that doesn't really make sense is to have such a specialized box set and then lock the Tau Codex behind it. Because there's a lot of people who are going to play Tau or who already play Tau that don't really use like any Kroot or use very, very few of them. So this definitely feels like a sort of a punishment for the Tau there. But pretty cool. Definitely happy to see the Kroot. I'm definitely a big fan of the actual models. Always enjoyed the Kroot, and their lore is very cool. Very happy for the Tau to be getting a new codex. Would have much rather see, rather than like an entire Kroot range like launch sub-faction, maybe like one Tau battlesuit coming as well. Maybe we're going to get that still. While I do think this is nice and this is cool for the Tau, they definitely needed a little bit of combat. It sort of feels like they're getting one combat unit, a couple of like okay units, a little bit redundant, maybe not necessary, but I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a ton of excitement for this, but if I was a Tau player, I might be just a little bit underwhelmed. So let me know what you guys think down below. Obviously the Kill Team stuff was very cool and all transfers over to 40k. Kroot got a massive glow up here. Tau Empire book on the way. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for the Warhammer 40k universe. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.